Hi everyone, Mike Christopher with Body Solid here, and we're going to do a regular classic barbell squat. This is probably the #1 exercise that I see people doing incorrectly when I'm at a public place like a gym. The squat is an advanced movement. It is a very important movement to everything we do in our daily lives. Getting out of bed, bending onto the floor to pick something up, playing with little kids, sitting on the toilet. Squatting is very important. We do it all the time. So a lot of the problems that I'll see with squatting is people load up too much weight. They have too much of an ego. One of the things you have to understand is that getting the full range of motion is very important unless you're a very advanced bodybuilder that's trying to target one muscle. Squatting is a compound movement. The lower you go, the more you're going to engage the gluteals as well as the hamstrings. And of course your quadriceps are always going to be engaged as well. Also, your lower back is going to be engaged. It's really a full body exercise because you have the weight loaded here, your feet are touching the floor, so everything in between has to be working. So what I have is some nice light weight here for demonstration because usually lightweight is the best way to get a great squat unless you're getting to the point where you're super strong. So here's what a squat looks like kind of in a nutshell. So line up that weight so that when you have it racked, and we're using the Body Solid Series 7 Smith machine here, so there's a lot of different points where you can rack it for your height. So I have it right about here, as you see, just below where my shoulders are. So when I go to put it on my back, it's not too hard to stand up. Get centered, have a nice grasp of the bar, and you want to put your feet about shoulder width apart. I like to go a little bit wider than that. And then upon going down, try to keep your lower back straight. So it looks a little something like this. And I do, as you see I'm getting pretty low here, I call that calves to hams. You want to be able to sit down because the squat is a sitting motion. This is one of the struggles I see people that are loading too heavy weight. They're squatting like this. So every time they do that, their knees are coming past their toes and they're not releasing any sort of pressure on their knees. So they're going to hurt their knee and they're also not working the full range of motion on the muscles. So about 5 squats would look like this. So a couple of things to note with the squat. Every time I did it, I was driving with my heels. If you start driving with your toes, it's more of a hack squat. It's going to focus a little bit more on your quadriceps and knees. If you're driving with your heels, it's a more athletic movement. You're trying to do whatever you can to have as much force going upward as possible. So if you're doing that, you would not be doing this, but you have a firm base. The other thing was I keep my lower back straight. If you start to arch your back like this and hunch over, you're at risk for injury. And again, the depth is very important because you're engaging much more of your muscle fibers. So when you get down like this, the pressure comes off your knees, it goes more on your glutes and your hamstrings. It's called ass to grass. I say calves to hams, but ass to grass is what people in the gym usually call it. So those are just a couple key tips with squats. Keep that weight light when you're learning how to do it. Gradually go up from there, and it's a heck of an exercise, maybe the best one that exists in the world. Again, this is Mike Christopher with Body Solid, challenging you to become built for life.